like the idea that a voice can just go somewhere uninvited, like a dirty thought in a nice, clean mind.
Welcome back, everybody. I am Jay. This is Real Talk. We're here with a special guest, C M K Proph. Man, you got some bangers, bro.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
So you told me a little bit, but tell everybody a little bit about how you threw this joint together.
Well, so like, just so everybody know my background, both of my parents are from Jamaica, so like switching the lingo to patois and all of that it come fairly easy for me. So I kind of wanted to incorporate that into the music more. I've always done it, like since even as a kid doing music. Every now and then like if I put a project out, I'd have one song on there that was kind of dance hall-ish, kind of, you know what I mean, or that sort of flavor. So now I just decided I wanted to kind of go all in and do a whole project. And when I did, I basically wrote the whole project, recorded it myself, mixed it myself, everything, put it together in a matter of, I think it was about 3 or 4 days, something like that. It was quick. It was just flowing. I just was writing. I just locked in, you know what I mean? It didn't come out the studio for, about 3-4 days and just knocked it out. Yeah, so I'm kind of stepping out of the rap realm. Like, people mostly know me for the rapping and everything, and that's cool. But I feel a little more of opportunity to come my way going in this lane. It's a little less saturated as far as in the style that I do it. You know what I mean? You have dancehall artists, a lot of them, but they just Jamaican dancehall artists. They don't really like, a lot of their songs are hard for consumers to get because the lingo is so hard, and it's a little softer with me doing it, being that I was born and raised out here. So at that time, I signed a few artists, a few songwriters and producers, and I went and got a deal for them at Universal Motown through Sylvia Roan, and when she was over there. So like I've had a lot of experience on the behind the scenes things, and that's pretty much why my artist side has been kind of on the back burner, because when you're responsible for other people's futures as well, you kind of got to put the focus behind them, especially when they're giving up a percentage of their earnings, you know what I mean, in hopes that you get them to that next level. So that's what I was doing for the last few years, really behind the scenes. We got to work with the Marleys, we got to work with Akon, we got to work with Fergie, Prince Royce, a bunch of people. So I was a part of a management team that was really making waves. And then I just kind of got to a point where I couldn't keep suppressing my artist side, and I wanted to step back into that creative mode more so for myself and what my story is. And coming up out of Hartford, Connecticut, and just the kind of challenges we face. I've had to deal with certain traumas and whatnot, like my brother getting killed and that sort of thing, and just try to put that in the music, incorporate it in that way. We find a positive way to kind of deal with the trauma that comes with some of the stuff that we deal with growing up out there. Like when you got murder attached to your city, and they call it homicide Hartford. That's what that's what it's branded as now. It's like you got to kind of look at it like, it's sad, but people kind of look at it like it's cool. Like, yeah, I'm from the gut. You know what I mean? I'm from that real shit. That struggle. You know what I mean? But really, a lot of people don't really come from that direct struggle. They on the outskirts, or they don't have to deal with the reality of like walking up to the street, to the corner store, and shots flying at you or something crazy. You know what I mean? Just whatever people have to deal with in some of these inner city ghettos. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. Like, a lot of artists out here, they can rap, they're good, and I salute them, but they don't have a story, or they haven't been through nothing. They don't really have anything to pull the listener in to want to hear more than just a record, from them, and really lock into them. So, that's what I'm hoping, I'll be able to bring to the table with some of, what I got going on. It's more of a fun lane for me. I could still do the street records with it, but I like to do a lot of the more club records and pop records and stuff for the women and that sort of thing. But, we still got to keep it street, just because that's where we come from. And we really actually was on them streets. It's not like a, facade or some sort of like gimmick, or just trying to fall in line with everybody else's story. Like, oh yeah, we come from the hood. Like, nah, we really, like, it's people that can say this, that, and the third, or, that was there, that, this felt like somewhere where I need to be. Like, it felt like hope was out there, and like opportunity, and just like, I know if I'm doing music and I really want to take it seriously, I need to be in either New York, LA, or Atlanta.
Everything's polluted. The environment, the government, the schools, you name it.
This radio person is the whole problem. Are we going to allow this guy to be heard by anyone who can turn a dial?
You out there? You listening?